What? You're making fun of VLONE? Well, to be fair, I wouldn't expect you to understand VLONE anyway. You see, it's not just a brand, it's a lifestyle. Every living creature dies alone. Have you heard of that one before? Huh? Yeah, that's reality for you, kid. What? ASAP Bari did what? Geez, I hope this doesn't affect the resale market.
Gangster shit only, bitch ass nigga. JPEG Moth. Only fuck with the realists. Culture vultures get got. Pussy niggas get shot.
Hey guys, today we'll be talking about the brand VLONE and its controversial creator, ASAP Bari. I will be providing, get this, my own opinion on my YouTube channel. So this is your warning. But I want to express why I feel as if people shouldn't wear or support VLONE, by hopefully providing sufficient proof and reasoning in order to support my opinion by forming a valid argument. So, today we'll be taking a look at the brand's creator, ASAP Bari, the brand itself, the controversies surrounding the brand as well as Bari, followed by why people still wear VLONE, along with why I think people shouldn't. Also, if you do wear VLONE, that's fine, it's your life, not mine, but hopefully you are able to understand where I am coming from here, and I hope that you are maybe able to take away some new information from this video, as I've had a surprising amount of people ask me about VLONE and Bari. But without further ado, let's get into it.
We're riding on the internet.
Jabari Shelton, better known as ASAP Bari, was born on December 23rd, 1991 in Harlem, New York City. I'm sure you all mostly know him for co-founding the ASAP Mob along with ASAP Yams in 2006. As well as his many entrepreneurial endeavors, mostly relating to streetwear and design. In 2011, Bari and Kamoni Chandler, aka ASAP K, founded VLONE. In 2014, VLONE debuted their first collection. Following that, in 2016, VLONE and Off-White hosted a special pop-up in Paris at Colette, which featured a plethora of guest appearances and further cemented VLONE as a force to be reckoned with. However, on June 23rd, 2016, when our glory boy, Ian Connor, was leaving the Colette event, an altercation broke out when Theophilus London brought up Ian Connor's rape allegations. That's a story for another time. Which caused our champ, Big Billy Sicko 5'2" Ian Connor to swing at London. Unfortunately, lots of the tweets with the original videos were deleted, but I'm sure they're still out there somewhere if you need to look. After that, London continued to rant and rave about Ian on Twitter, and I find it pretty ironic that Ian was repping VLONE while calling out Bari. Anyway, I'll leave it at that, but I'll link a High Snobiety article that covers more of this in the description. Despite the controversy, in 2017, VLONE obtained an exclusive deal with Nike, along with participating in their first runway show during Paris Fashion Week in 2017. I'm sure you've seen this image of Lil Peep modeling for them on an Instagram archive page somewhere before. At this point in time, it seems as if all was going well for Bari and VLONE. Bari was getting lots of recognition. The Nike and VLONE Air Force Ones were highly coveted items, and VLONE was all the rage amongst resellers and prepubescent teens everywhere.
We're riding on the internet.
On the fateful day of July 12, 2017, a video emerged which showed alleged sexual misconduct between Bari and an unidentified naked woman. I won't show this video here for obvious reasons, but it is out there. Bari of course denied that it was real, even though he later stated that the video was supposedly between friends and that he had resolved the issues as adults. I'll link a Hypebeast article with more information, but it's safe to say that Ian Connor is definitely rubbing his hands together over this one. On July 31st, 2017, Nike decided to end their partnership with VLONE, to much disappointment to resellers across the world. Bari was later hit with a lawsuit of over $1 million by said woman in the video, stating that she was sexually assaulted by him. She claimed that Bari rudely asked her to engage in adult relations. After denying him, he apparently burst into her hotel room and demanded her to procreate with her because she had previously made whoopee with his assistant. Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at this, but try not to say the sex word. From there, on May 18, 2018, Bari was arrested in London at an airport on charges of sexual assault related to the incident. However, on January 2, 2019, Bari pleaded guilty to the 2017 sexual assault. You know, the one that he said was fake, but he avoided jail time by paying the victim only $2,268 and being subject to a restraining order. Safe to say that he got off pretty easy on this one.
We're on the internet.
So, with all the previously mentioned information, it is all public, and it isn't that hard to find. A quick Google search of Bari's name subjects the viewer to a plethora of articles depicting Bari in a negative light. So, why do people still wear VLONE? Well, the short answer is basically ignorance. Or they either like the designs. The V, very original, I know. Or their favorite artist wears it or supports it, which is proven with the recent Weekend collab. VLONE has done collabs with the late Juice WRLD, as well as City Morgue, obviously the ASAP Mob as well, and The Weeknd, as I previously mentioned. It's safe to say that VLONE's designs aren't revolutionary in any way. Hell, they aren't even that original. Just look at the iconic Valentino V. But the reality is, as long as rappers and public figures continue to support VLONE, it won't be going anywhere anytime soon. And this is reflected through the fact that they are more than capable of selling out their stock while charging upwards of $200 US for t-shirts. And that's just the retail price. So as long as consumers remain ignorant to ASAP Bari's past, or just wear it because they like the big V, VLONE will continue to remain popular. And as well as if archive pages keep reposting it, of course, because they are the social influencers we all know and love.
We're riding on the internet.
My main concern with supporting a brand like VLONE has to do with the categorical, imperative perspective on the matter. I took philosophy as my first semester elective, so I am somewhat of an expert myself. To dumb it down, this perspective essentially states that if one person does something, what would happen if everyone started doing that same thing? So if Bari did some non-consensual stuff and pretty much got away with it, that essentially sets the precedent. I know there have been many other controversial figures in the past that have continued to have successful careers despite sketchy histories, such as XXXTentacion and many other rappers, but what would happen if all designers just started acting out of pocket like Bari? Would they even worry about facing any repercussions because Bari didn't face any real consequences? On the other hand, I get that this argument could be seen as a bit of a reach, but it's still really important to consider, as I feel as if a lot of things that go on behind the scenes aren't really exposed to the public. Also, Bari has an impressionable audience and has mentioned many times how he is trying to inspire the kids. As seen in the quote from this interview with Conflex here, so obviously it's safe to say that he wants the youth to look up to him. And if he wants the youth to look up to him, you'd think he would try to present himself in a more respectable manner, as he's now holding himself to a higher standard than a typical public figure would, who isn't directly marketing themselves towards the youth. Also, Bari still hasn't apologized for this as far as I know, which shows his true character and how poorly he handled the situation. All in all, as a result of Bari's actions, the deeper ethical argument that it presents, and the lack of apology, etc., in my mind, those are good enough reasons alone not to want to support VLONE. In conclusion, I am not a fan of VLONE and I am not a fan of ASAP Bari, but despite my tireless ranting on the internet, nothing will change. Although it is much to my dismay, people will still give Bari a platform and continue to support him in the clothes that he puts out via VLONE. Obviously, this issue can be expanded to ethics and morals of our culture and society at large, but what do I know? I run a meme page. And that's about it for me. I hope I was able to provide you with some insight into VLONE and ASAP Bari, and if not, at least I hope you were mildly entertained. Anyway, let me know your thoughts about this. Are you able to separate the art from the artist? If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I appreciate it.
Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here?